Hello everybody, check this out. Truck cam again today. Wow. Jeez. Kind of looks like the place I was at the other day. Oh, you know what? That's because it is. Anyways, I just thought I want to show you the beautiful view, and you can see that out there. I can't zoom in with this thing. But anyways, there's a freighter out there. Imagine that. They're unloading rock onto a barge. Anyways, okay, there you go. There's my truck cam for the day. Okay, bye-bye. Hello everybody, it's Bubba Rob. Sorry, might cut that part out. How's everybody today? Good, I hope. Holy smokes. It's another beautiful day in the neighborhood of my dump truck in the cab here. Oh, I tell you, I got a deep topic of conversation for you today. Yeah, it's funny. There was a conversation this morning in the coffee shop. Again, makes my brain swirl a little bit, right? Actually, it's funny how that happens. A conversation comes up and there's the topic in there, and it's actually something you're mulling over in your head, and it could be for days, right? And what I want to talk about is failure. What is failure? Why do things fail? Well, I used to question that all the time. You know, regardless how much preparation I put into something and how hard I try, like say if it's a quote on a job or something, and what's unforeseen, what I don't know. Sometimes just shit happens, right? Things kind of don't work out, and you get down and you perceive it as a failure. Or, I did a video a week or so ago about, have I wasted time? Which I have, right? I'll admit to it. And that kind of ties into the whole failure thing. And when we were in this conversation this morning, the reason why I'm making this video, because I think there's a lot of people out there that feel that way. You try really hard to make changes, you study, you implement things, you may go to church and seek guidance. Oh, there's a bald eagle out there hunting. I think that's what it is. Anyways, and things just don't work out. And you're kind of dumbfounded. You feel lost and you don't know why. Like, why is it just not working out? And one of the things I had to realize, which Stoicism really helped me out with, is we have a tendency to think things happen for a reason, or there's this big power, mighty power, that causes it to happen, and you view it as like a penance or something. But that's not true. It's not true at all. What actually happens and why they happen is because they do. It shit happens. There's so much you don't have control in this life. Things just don't work out as you plan them to, and then you beat yourself up about it, and you go, oh Jesus, oh pardon me for that. You have a tendency to just say fuck it, or this is kind of along the same lines as that. You can view it as, well, it happens. What have I learned from it? Do you accept it as fate, or is just what's meant to be? And it's not really any of that. It's just, again, it's just what happens. So we really need to disassociate ourselves with the thoughts of why things go wrong. Because it's not usually from a lack of effort, a lack of thought, or even a lack of preparation, or to implement changes to make your life better. I think you're better off to view things. Let's just say, for instance, you wish you had a child, but you didn't for whatever reason you couldn't. And there could be like a mourning of that. You feel there's an emptiness. But that's something that you're imposing on yourself. Instead of maybe viewing it, well, God, there's a lot of things about that I sidestepped. Like, there's a lot of issues with being a parent and bringing a child up. And some of them can be quite heart-wrenching. So maybe instead of viewing it like you didn't have that in your life or you're missing somebody, maybe view it like, well, maybe I'm lucky in some ways that I didn't have to go through these trials or tribulations, right? It's just a thought, I mean, it's about changing your mindset and appreciating what you've got. I mean, and even in business, it's, like if you don't get a certain business opportunity or you don't get a promotion at your job, maybe you need to be thankful that you're not carrying that responsibility and you're able to do something else with your life that maybe is more enjoyable and more beneficial to you. But if you're dwelling on it and you're repeating that process in your mind, that, oh, I should wish that would have worked out, while you're missing out on what maybe is right in front of you, which could be something better than what you missed. It all depends on how you look at it, right? There's only one person who's in control of that, and that's yourself, right? It's just kind of one of those things, and I thought I should put it out there today because, I do it myself, and I, run into a couple friends and discussions the last few days, that not necessarily that topic per se, but very similar, and that we need to appreciate, what we've got right now, what we've got going right now, and not what we've missed. Because if we focus on what we've missed, we're not focused on the gifts that we have today, right? That's all I'm trying to say. There's a lot of stuff, unforeseen stuff, that could have happened that you're not aware of, and you really should be thankful, even though you may not know what it is or what it was or what might have happened. Just be thankful that those situations haven't happened, right? That's all I'm trying to say. And I'm going to tell you a little story. I've told this story before. I'm going to tell it again, and I'll probably tell it multiple times. As I was building this fence, I bet you it was probably 25 years ago, and that fence is still standing today. And the neighbor who had done lots of work for it, and I was working between two neighbors, but old Mr. Coughlin, he was pretty hardcore old-time contractor and worked in logging camps in the oil patch when it started. And I much enjoyed him because he's pretty matter-of-fact type of person, and he's pretty blunt. Actually, I appreciate all my bosses I've had in my life that were like that, and I got lots of stories, right? And I appreciate them way more now than I did back then. But anyways, the story was, it was middle of summer. It was hot, and he opens up his door to his kitchen from his sun deck, and he goes, "Rob, my son, I got something I need to tell you." "Oh, what is it, Mr. Coughlin?" He said, "Remember, there's a book of things greater than we don't know than the things we do. And he just turned around, walked in the house, and shut the door. I never forgot that. I'll never forget it. Right? I think that kind of lends to this topic today. There's so much things that we don't know that could have happened, and we're focused on what you believe you're missing. Maybe you should just be thankful that those things haven't happened, because something worse might be going on in your life because of it. You just don't know. Things are just what they are, okay? Anyways, I hope that helps somebody out. Remember, I love you all. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And remember, the most important thing to be a good person, good stoic, good Christian, Muslim, biker, musician, whatever, rainbow warrior, whatever your is, the most important thing is to be kind. Be kind to yourself, right? That's it. If you're not good to yourself and you're not taking care of yourself, you don't have anything. Okay? Have a great day. Bye-bye.